Good morning from sunny Solihull on my first day of a 2-day mastermind, and I am doing a quick Facebook Live and a recording for the Conscious Leadership podcast. And my thoughts today are, what's success? What does being successful mean? What is it for you? How are you going to, what's your criteria for success, I suppose is my question. Because what mine is now is very different to what I thought it would be a few years ago. So what is being successful? So for some people, it's taking a holiday, it's having 2 or 3 days off. For other people, it's working less hours. For other people, it is getting a job promotion or a new job, a new role, or even getting a job. For others, it may be buying a new car, getting the house of our dreams, buying the settee of our dreams. For some of us, it may be financial freedom, which is a fabulous term. And even then, what does financial freedom mean? When I first started on this journey back in 2011, I remember saying to one of my first mentors that my financial freedom was £15 million worth of property in the next year. Whoa. Yeah, that didn't happen. And the reality of that being my success criteria within a year, for me at the time, wasn't feasible, wasn't possible, didn't make sense. I hadn't thought it through. I hadn't worked or calculated any figures. I hadn't even considered where I was starting from with the knowledge I had, with my, if you like, financial thermostat. I didn't have any of that information. So really think about, what does success mean for you? Is it a big thing? Is it a little thing? What is it? And with hindsight, my success criteria at the time was actually to spend more time with my family, with my parents who I loved, and give them a quality of life. So my success was for me to give me time freedom to spend time with other people. So really think about what it is for you. And I succeeded, I did that. And now I'm into another, what does my success look for me? What does it really mean? What do I want to do? Who do I want to work with? Do I want to work? How much time do I want for me? Where do I want to apply my skill set, my knowledge? What do I want to learn? So my success criteria are changing. So think about what your success is. I mean, for some people, I've got some notes down here, but for some people, success could be a change of diet. Success could be having a happy relationship, being in a relationship, happy or not. And I would hope they were all happy. Finding a new business partner, finding a partner, finding a friend. Success doesn't have to be huge. You know, finding a friend, probably maybe go off now on a bit of a tangent. Finding a friend is really important. Loneliness is not mentally healthy for the individual that's experiencing it at all. So yeah, finding a friend. How do you network? Where do you network? Where do you find these people? How do you find a community that suits you? Some of the other things, being fit, even eating a salad a day could be a success rather than a McDonald's or any other unhealthy type diet. I didn't mean to pick on McDonald's at that point. I enjoy McDonald's and I like Burger King. I just don't eat them as often as I used to. Although this morning I've just worked out I've got to lose something like, I say lose, I haven't got to lose it. I know where it's going to go. Something like 49 pounds. That's a lot. Help. I need help. Anyway, so in reality, success is anything that is relative to the person that wants to change the thing or wants to achieve something. So it's related to us as the individual. Now, of course, all of us have influences on us. Since the day we are born, those influences are affecting us. They're influencing us. So where do they come from? Media, parents, peers, siblings. Media's huge, you know. Some of the photos I see on Instagram, some of the body changing images that are just, I walked up Oxford Street the other night. I was going to a meeting, and the amount of young women I saw whose faces were just full of, I don't know whether it's Botox or lip plumped or cheeks plumped or chins plumped, completely, in my world, in my judgment, my assessment, unattractive. They had gone to an extreme of something because of, I don't know, their lack of self-esteem, their lack of self-worth, media pressure, peer pressure, whatever it is. Too far. Their faces weren't moving. That's not natural, people. It's not natural. Pumping poison in and having fat sucked from your bum and put into your face. It's not natural. It's not right. It's not where the fat from your bum should be. I'm on a bit of a rant. Anyway, so thinking about success. And there's research has been done. Lots of people will talk about this on stage. If you looked at the 5 people that you surround yourself with, if you look at how they spend their time, the money they're earning, if money is important to you, and it could be time, could be money, could be anything else, could be health, could be diet, could be friendships, could be a networking group, could be anything. If you look at where they spend their time or the money they earn or their friends group, look at the 5 people in general that you surround yourself with most. If you add up the average, add them up, average them out, that is probably within 10-20% of you. So that's probably 10-20% of how you spend your time, of the amount of money you earn, of the amount of alcohol you drink, of the food that you put into your body. You are probably the average of the 5 people that you spend most time with. Lots of research done on this. So, the other thing that will hinder your success, or is something to think about, is how comfortable you are. So, we're sort of programmed to keep ourselves safe. There's a lot more to come on that, on sort of fight and flight and how our bodies naturally react. But we are sort of programmed to stay safe. We are 95% habit. Lots of people talk about this, but what does that really mean? And this is where I start to talk about conscious leadership. 95% habit means that 95% of the time you are not conscious about what you are doing and how you are doing it. Because you are driven by habit, you are driven by those programs that are within, that have been there. They grow as we get older, they grow from birth, they could even be pre-birth, pre-generational. They come down through the genes, they come down through our parents' habits, our grandparents' habits. So 95% habit. What does that really mean for you and me and us? How do we raise the consciousness of our habits? And then what do we need to do if we want to change? Because not everybody does, but if we want to change, how do we do that? Again, more coming on that as well. And if then you think about the great old Einstein quote, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. It's a fabulous quote. It's true. If we want a different result, we need to do things differently. It's probably why you can see here, I'm actually in a travel lodge in Solihull of all places, brand new, and actually it's very good. I've got sockets behind me that have got the things you put in to charge your mobile phones up. Now, a few years ago, they weren't about, well, maybe they were, but I never saw them in hotels. Now, this is the first hotel that I've stayed in that have actually fitted them in, and it's part of their standard kit. It's actually very good. So again, different results, different things. So to achieve more, to achieve the success, if success isn't what you have now, then you need to change what you're doing to achieve a different result, and think about your habits. So thinking about success and what does that mean, and I'm quickly looking at my notes down there for those of you that are actually physically going to see this as a recording. Successful people learn. Successful people learn how to do things differently. Successful people add to the knowledge that they have in their head and then put it into action. So successful people will be reading, they'll be learning, they'll be listening to podcasts, they'll be listening to, audiobooks, however you learn. They'll be attending seminars, free or paid, doesn't matter. But they'll be learning from those that are further ahead of them in their journey, and then they will be applying that to their own life. They will be doing things differently, they will be changing. Successful people look at challenges as opportunities and do something different with them. And another thing successful people do, they will applaud other people's successes. So rather than that little green envy button coming on, they'll go, well done, congratulations, how did you do that? How can I learn from you to do the thing that you've done or the thing that I want to do? How can I learn? They don't steal, they learn. They look at the world as of abundance rather than scarcity. You'll hear this a lot, but they'll see the world as abundant, they'll see the world as a good place, they'll see the world as somewhere to be out there experiencing, learning from, challenging, doing things differently. So in general, most people, when they learn about success, learn from people who are successful. They have achieved, and this will come back to mentoring. If you're learning from somebody, make sure they have done the thing that it is that you want to learn. Make sure they can do the thing that they're telling you to learn. If you look at most business lecturers in uni or college or the education system, they've never run a successful business. They will only ever give you the theory of running a successful business. If you're looking at management or leadership, look for people who have successfully run teams, constantly deal with relationship issues, performance issues. Look at people who have done it. Look at people who haven't said, oh, the last time I managed anybody was 20, 30 years ago, or have never done it. Look for people who are doing the thing, have done the thing that you want to do. That's where you'll get the proper learning. Don't throw out all of the stuff you do know that is helpful for you in your new successful world or in an increased successful world. Keep hold of the information that you know that serves. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't. Change the stuff, technical word people, that doesn't. When I changed what I did in 2011, I sort of forgot everything I had previously known. Bizarre, but that's what I did. I blocked it. Oh dear. That would have served me remembering what I knew, because that really would have served at the time. More to come on that as well. So you're a result of all the information that you hold. The more you serve others, the greater success you will be. And I'm just going to end this on another quote from Einstein, who says, hang on. Try not, so as much as I've been talking about being successful, because that's the common word, the common parlance that we use within our society, and it is slowly changing. Einstein says, and this, so when did Einstein live? Have a look, I'll find out as well. Try not to become a man of success. So when he says a man of success, it's human rather than man as in male gender. So try to become a person of success, female of success, whatever you want to label this. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value, a woman of value, a human of value. Add value. For yourself, add value. For your client group, add value. For society, add value. The more value you add, the more successful you will be. On that note, I am finishing this live, finishing this podcast episode. More to come on all of this. I now know what I'm doing. I know what my route is. I know my path. So more to come on this. Remember, go out there, take one action that will get you closer to what your dream is. A dream without action is just a dream. A dream with action will get you to your end result. It will. So bye for now. Talk to you all later.